Well, we're disappointed, with the afternoon and the way we played. Really felt like we had an opportunity. It was a pivotal weekend for us. We knew that stakes were high. Unfortunately, we just didn't play well. Just didn't play well on either end. Felt like probably had a lot to do with the Illinois State in that zone. That slows us down. Our pace is probably not as sped up as we like to play at, even though we're not, I wouldn't say we're a high-paced kind of basketball team. But nonetheless, it got us to be a little bit stagnant. I thought we stood around a lot, didn't get open looks. You struggle when your two big kids, and Rachel and Marina, they didn't get off to very good starts in the first half. That I thought that hurt us. We had an opportunity there to tie it up, and then just couldn't make plays. To get over the hump there, and then couldn't make the plays down the stretch defensively to get the stops we needed. So disappointed, for our group. I know these kids are disappointed. They were looking forward to this afternoon, but it's just one of those days where we didn't have it. We didn't play well.
Questions for Anna?
What did it adjust to you like they did in the second half after coming out so good in the first half? How do you deal with that? Are you still trying to find your shots, or are you more trying to get other teammates involved?
Well, I think it just comes down to, our guards finding the post. Coach kind of hit on it. Our post kind of struggled a little bit, this game, and everybody has bad games, but I think when they, adjust on me, we just got to figure out how to get the post open shots, and we didn't really do that tonight. So.
Coach talked about pushing the tempo. It seemed like coaching staff was asking for you guys to do that throughout the game. Was the plan to kind of try to get some easy buckets when you could? Or?
Yeah, I think we had our opportunities to push, and I think we got some good looks. Whether that was, getting out and having the post run like Marina did that last one, we threw the ball away. But I think we had opportunities. We just need to figure out a way to execute.
Coach Glantz talked about you guys being similar type of teams. Is that you feel that's the case? Both teams have physical post players, younger post players. You feel like they're similar teams to you guys?
I don't think they're similar. I think that we have more heart, more determination. We just didn't bring that tonight. I don't think there's really a similarity. I feel like our posts are a lot stronger. Our guards are a lot better. That's just my opinion, but. I feel like we just didn't execute our stuff, and we didn't have our defensive, intensity till that second half like we normally have.
Anything else for Anna? Anna, we'll let you go. Thank you.
See ya.
Question for Coach?
Sometimes there are extenuating circumstances in the game that can start to pose a distraction in a number of ways. Obviously, there were some of those today. How do you keep the team focused, especially when rhythms are being constantly disrupted?
Are you talking about the officiating and the
Yes.
monitor and all that? That's hard. That's hard to play through. Some of that was, some of that was on me. I felt like there was a stretch there where Casey got thrown down, and they missed that. And there's a window of opportunity that you can have, or that you have, for the officials to go back and look at the monitor and see if they saw anything. They said they looked 3 different ways and really didn't feel like there was a call to be made. Yeah, it's difficult. I think, but I don't think that was a bad thing for us. I thought it was a good break in the action where we were trying to get our heads on a little straighter, and I think that's when, after that, we had a little bit more energy and determination, and went on a run and tried to tie the thing up. So you don't like to have that in the course of the game. It makes for a long afternoon. I don't like the monitor per se, but in some occasions I think you have to use it and you have to go to it. That obviously didn't have I don't think, a huge impact on the outcome.
College basketball is obviously very physical these days. With Rachel and Rena both kind of getting in early foul trouble, how do you teach how to play with foul trouble? You know what I mean? Is that something they're just gonna have to learn with experience?
You have to, yeah. You have to play through that, and a lot of that, Craig, comes down to your maturity level and being able to, correct your own mistakes. And a lot of those fouls are when, we're not. Our positioning's not correct. We're not in the right place. We're directly behind. We don't play behind in the post. Those are not our post rules. And sometimes when you're not willing to make that extra effort to get where you need to be, then the easy thing to do is foul. And so our challenge to our post players is always to play harder, and they can't allow themselves to get buried in the paint. And that's why we have a defensive system in place, and why we play the guards the way we do, and why we play the post players the way we do. There's a reason behind that. And, a lot of that, like I said, goes back to your maturity level, your effort level, and learning. It's a learning process, especially with a freshman, and Rachel's just a sophomore. They know better. They should know better because they know how important they are to our basketball team. And, unfortunately today they both got in early foul trouble, and I thought that had an impact for sure on the game.
Coach, you mentioned maturity level there. Something good to pull out of this one. Rachel played that whole majority of the second half with 4.
Right.
Was your most consistent offensive threat there down the stretch, and didn't foul out of the ball game.
Right. And again, that we kept talking to her, at timeouts, and she knew the importance, of her being out on the floor, and I'm proud of the fact that she was able to stay in. I just, the thing that she can't do is she's so important to us on both ends, and it's hard to have to play without her some big minutes, and that unfortunately I thought hurt us and cost us in the first half, even though it was sort of back and forth there. We needed her to have a big day, and we needed Marina to have a big day, quite frankly, she goes 6 for 8 from the field, which is great offensively. That looks good on paper, but our biggest concern will be to go back and watch film with them, and we need to find out, how we can help them improve defensively, because that's really where they hurt us. Pooney comes in and starts for the first time, number 35, and has 17 and 10, and worked us on the low block. That was disappointing. We have to be better than that. We have to have a solution for that, and so that that will be certainly something that we'll talk about this week with our film work and then in practice. The fact that we can't allow to get outworked in the low post. We just can't. Marina and Rachel are 2 strong kids. They're strong. They have strong mentalities as well, and we're going to have to learn from that and get better because of it. But that's what I'm most disappointed. I just didn't think they did their jobs defensively for us today, and that hurt us.